Hi guys, still on the quest for a good sounding pop boat. I completely failed to find any scrap tin cans walking along our local lanes where people throw them in the hedges and that. They were all aluminium, the ones that I found. Then I remembered I'd thrown this out recently into my recycling bin. It's a tin of spray paint, and I've ensured it's empty by spraying it into that down there, and that was just a little bit left in it, and then holding it at arm's length in there, I hit it with my nail on a stick to make sure there was no pressure left in there at all. But this is a steel can. My magnet sticks to it. So I'm going to cut this up now. That nice curved base should make a nice chamber for the pop boat. And I should be able to use some of the rest of the bodywork here, or the can, solder that onto it. And we should be able to make a nice little boiler. To get the bottom off, I'm grinding it off on this sandpaper. Just rubbing it. You can see some of the yellow paint coming through around the edge there, so I'm clearly making progress. Yep. There we are. So that's our painty container. I suppose we could also class this as a teardown. What's inside a spray can? A couple of glass, well, I was going to say ball bearings, but they're marbles, aren't they? A sharp knife or a pair of scissors would do this. I happen to have some proper tin snips. So there we go, the insides of a spray can. Got the tube with the valve on it. When you push that in, that opens the valve in there and lets the gases out, or the paint come out through the tube. Those two glass beads, I think they're glass, those are to help you mix up the paint inside. Just to finish off the teardown, I've cut open the valve there. So that's the tube that goes down to the bottom of the tin normally. That spring was just in there, and then that orange piece is the seal, or the valve itself, which when you push that in, see if we can get it out, it pushes against that spring. I can't quite do it with one hand, so I'm going to have to put the camera down. Oh no, I'm doing it. There we are. Right. So it pushes, you push this into the can, and it allows that tiny little hole there, is that in focus? Yeah. To come clear of there's a rubber seal right in the top there. I don't know if we can get that out. But that is the actual seal, so it's that pushing up against that seal that's in the middle there. And that's how the valve works. Just trying to see if we can see that from the outside. That is actually a little rubber ring just inside the top there. I was just watching the video back that I recorded outside when I was cutting the tin up, and decided it didn't really explain how the valve worked in the top here. So I'll have another go. I've had a look online, see if I could find a nice diagram already drawn. and I couldn't find one, so I've hand drawn one. So this is the valve that I've cut apart. This bit at the bottom here is the bit that we attach the tube to that goes to the bottom of the can. That tube. So that's this bit just here, and obviously it's hollow. Then in the bit that I've destroyed, there was a spring that pushed this piece. So I've drawn that as fairly close as I can. So the spring sat under there. Now the important thing is this piece isn't hollow, even though it looks like it's got a hole at the bottom and a hole at the top. It's not, the top isn't connected to the bottom. That isn't a hollow tube. The bottom bit is just to hold the spring in place. The top bit, where we've got this little pinhole in there, that pinhole is connected to the top tube. So I've drawn it just there. So what happens, normally this is pushed up by the tube, by the spring, and this bit here is the rubber seal at the top. So normally that's pushed up and that little hole there is sealed by this rubber seal. When you push down on the top of the spray can, on the nozzle, that pushes this tube down, so that little hole is then clear of the rubber seal, so the pressure that's coming up the bottom here, and my pen's dried out, that's good, but the spray paint is pushing up here, round the outside, in through that tiny hole there, up the tube and out the nozzle. So what's stopping it coming out normally is that spring pushing this up. So that goes up into the rubber seal, so nothing can get into that tiny little pinhole. And to use it, you push down, that clears the hole, and the gases can escape. Typical. Pen's dried out. Oh, got another pen. Right. So up here is the paint, or the spray, whatever. Round here, into that tiny little hole, up tube, and out the spray nozzle. Yeah, I hope that's clear. So that's what's inside there. Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.